Hola chavos, in today's lesson we will be going over when to use the pronouns tú versus usted. Tú, usted both mean you in English. Having to understand the difference between tú and usted can be challenging, especially for English speakers, because in English we only have one form, which is you.
Hello. You? No.
But what makes tú, usted so different from each other? Well, let's start with tú. Tú is used when there's a sense of familiarity with the person you're addressing. We would use tú to address people like children, peers, classmates, friends, family, and romantic partners. Again, it's people that we are familiar with. Meanwhile, el pronombre usted or the pronoun usted is used in formal and unfamiliar situations. We would use el pronombre usted, the pronoun usted, to address people like our elders, strangers, professors, doctors, dentists, etc. We would not say to them, ¿Quién eres tú?, but rather, ¿Quién es usted? However, in some Spanish-speaking countries like Colombia, el pronombre usted is used in both formal and informal situations. Take this clip as an example.
Usted me encanta.
Don Armando professing his love to Betty. He is using el pronombre usted. Usted me encanta. But for the most part, most Spanish-speaking countries tend to use tú. No hay nadie como tú, mi amor. No hay nadie como tú. When in familiar situations. So don't stress out. No te estreses. It's now your turn to decide whether to use usted o tú for the following people. El doctor Simi, o el doctor, the doctor, tú o usted. You can pause the video before I reveal the answer. Es usted, it's usted, but why? Because a doctor. We're in a formal situation, unfamiliar situation. ¿Qué tal tus amigos, your friends? Tú o usted. Again, you can pause the video. Would be tú. ¿Por qué? Because they are your friends, son tus amigos. So you know each other. There's familiarity. ¿Qué tal tu profesor, your professor? Tú o usted. Es usted, pero ¿por qué? Why? Well, es nuestro profesor, it's our professor, so we must treat them with respect and also at a level of formality because we are not familiar with them on a personal level. ¿Qué tal tu abuelo, your grandpa? Tú o usted? Usted. Why? Bueno, el abuelo, he's an elderly person, right? So we treat our elderly with respect. ¿Qué tal tu hermana menor, your younger sister? Tú o usted? We use tú because she's your sister, es tu hermana, she's family, and it's informal. ¿Qué tal tus compañeros de clase, your classmates? Tú o usted? Tú. Why? Because they are your peers. ¿Qué tal un cliente en tu trabajo, a client at your job? Tú o usted? Usted. We use usted when addressing a client at our jobs because it is a formal situation and you are not familiar with that client. ¿Qué tal la vicepresidenta de Colombia? Colombia's vice president. ¿Tú o usted? Pues claro que es usted. It's obviously usted. She's the vice president of Colombia. Es la vicepresidenta de Colombia. Okay, chicos. Y por último, lastly, tu mamá, your mom. ¿Tú o usted? I know a lot of you are probably freaking out, but yeah, tú, usted. It varies from family to family, country to country, but a lot of people use usted to address their parents in a way as a form of respect. And other people, myself included, address our parents using tú. And it's not because I don't respect my parents, but it's that sense of informality again. So eso es todo. Espero que les haya gustado el video. Feedback is always appreciated. In the description box below, I have left a little worksheet for you to practice. Y gracias. Nos vemos.